Thanks, Jen. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Clymer with the National Forum for Heart Disease and Stroke Prevention, and I want to thank you for joining us today and for your involvement and your city's involvement in Move with the Mayor. I commend your leadership and your commitment to help residents protect and improve their health and to make your community more active and more accessible. Kudos to you for empowering and protecting community members from COVID-19 and improving cardiovascular health and health equity. We're excited to celebrate with you today and to recognize your achievements during the 2021 Move with the Mayor Physical Activity Challenge. We have a great lineup today. We're going to hear first from Mayor Breea Clark of Norman, Oklahoma, then Lisa Tovar and Danielle Perry from Henderson, Nevada, and Carly Smitherman from West Chicago about elements of each city or each community's programming. And then Jen Childress from the National Forum will share with you additional highlights from the year, an overview of the Move with the Mayor roadmap results and recommendations, and we'll have an opportunity for a little Q&A at the end. So that's a lot we're packing into a short time. And to get us going, I'm delighted to welcome the Honorable Breea Clark from Norman, who is not only a first-time participant in Move with the Mayor, but she's really set the bar high as a Move with the Mayor participant. And she and Norman achieved gold level recognition this year. So Mayor Clark, take it away. Mayor Clark, you're on mute. I don't know if we have a connection difficulty or not. I was meeting with someone a few minutes ago who said, oh, the wind has seriously kicked up and their signal was getting a little sketchy. Mayor Clark, can you hear us?
Yes, sorry. I seem to be having some Wi-Fi connectivity issues, which is, of course, the case when you're trying to give a presentation about a program.
Of course, that's right.
Okay, are you ready for me to begin?
Yes, ma'am. Rock and roll. We are. We're ready for you.
All right. So I wanted to start with some reasons of why I wanted to be involved with this program. First of all, it was awesome. I was looking for ways to get my community moving, and another fellow mayor, Kim Norton from Rochester, suggested it to me. And I started looking into real, again, in-depth reasons of why this is important. The US adult obesity rate stands at 42.4%, which is the first time the national rate has passed the 40% mark, and further evidence of our country's obesity crisis. And in Oklahoma, we're ranked 9th in the nation at 36.4%, and 18.7% of youth ages 10 to 17 have obesity. So it's very much a real problem in our state. And we also saw through the COVID-19 pandemic that those that were obese suffered higher risk of having very severe consequences of COVID-19 should they have contracted it. And so that was kind of like the nuts and bolts behind it. But another fun thing and reason why I wanted to do it was we have an initiative called the Norman Forward Sales Tax Initiative, which deals with different quality of life projects. And we had several of these facilities that were paid for with sales tax and taxpayer dollars open up either right before the pandemic or during the pandemic. And so many of our residents weren't even aware that they existed. So it was a great way to get the community moving, but also highlight a lot of the programming and facilities that are new or honestly that existed and people were not aware of. And so what you'll see here is a wide mix. And I'll point at the top left, that was Tai Chi. And that was not on my original calendar of events. I did one a month and it was the 4th Saturday, so I tried to do a very consistent time, but people reached out to me about different programs they wanted to highlight in the community, which I thought was really special, and it showed how popular it was. And so you have Tai Chi on the left, disc golf on the bottom left. For walking, we are home to the University of Oklahoma with a beautiful campus and toured that. Bike riding, that's a great example of collaborations in the community on top of just activities. We had Norman Police Department come and talk about bike safety and a variety of rules. And also our Bicycle League of Norman talk about, hey, we do regular rides all the time. That doesn't have to be a one-time event. Top right was also a bonus one that was added in, a women's self-defense class. That was a hoot. I'll tell you what, me and just a random resident were like play fighting. It was, I'm sure it was very memorable for her because it was for me. And then the top middle was our 5K, and it was the first 5K hosted at this Norman Forward Park that has had community 5Ks since. So it was really neat to have that kind of inaugural experience. And so again, this Norman Forward initiative has opened up a new pool, a new tennis courts. Both of them had a featured event, and then we'll have additional facilities open up. And I hope to repeat this every year. I want to take a moment and say thank you to the National Forum staff, especially Jen. You guys made it so easy to be a part of this, and it was a lot of fun, and my residents thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm honored that Norman gets to be, hopefully not for long, we want more communities to participate, but the only city in the state of Oklahoma to jump on board and get the gold recognition. So, and then we had my first TikTok video. I've learned so much from you all. So, and here's a few more pictures, again, collaborations. You'll see the Boy Scouts, city staff, the lady in the picture throwing the disc is a former council member, golf lessons, and everyone needs their race medals. So we even had a move with the mayor race medal. So, and the logos, I mean, like, again, your staff is amazing. You made it easy to encourage physical wellness in cities, and cities are where the people are. So I really appreciate your assistance, and I look forward to participating next year.
Well, thanks so much, Mayor Clark. You obviously have been leading by example. You obviously have motivated the people of Norman to be more active. There's visual evidence here that that's happening. And I have to tell you, even though we have some miles between us, you motivate me, because there are days when I'm out running and I think, I'm kind of tired. I think I might stop now. I think about you and what I see you doing in Norman. I think, Mayor Clark would leave me in the dust. So I need to just press ahead. So thank you on a personal level for that. Now I want to introduce Lisa Tovar, who's a business analyst, and Danielle Perry, Recreation Services Supervisor from the Parks and Recreation Department in Henderson, Nevada. Lisa and Danielle.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting us to speak today. We are also a first-year participant this year. If you're not aware, Henderson is next door neighbors to Las Vegas here in Southern Nevada. And Mayor March is our mayor and our fearless leader. She's a former park ranger and very supportive of healthy and active living, and a great proponent for this initiative. So in October, we did do a formal proclamation with our city council declaring an Active People Healthy Nation Month, which is a great way to get the word out and share it with our community. We also hosted several events throughout the month. I know, I believe the initiative started a little bit earlier, but we were kind of a last minute add-on. So Jen was great to work with and help us kind of extend the time frame so that we could participate and support the initiative. You can go to the next slide. The first event that we held was, we have an annual sports expo event where kids and adults can come out and learn about all the different sports leagues and different kind of healthy activities in Henderson. And we had a Move with the Mayor booth where we passed out swag and promoted some of our upcoming events for Move with the Mayor. Next slide. And then on October 4th, we have a program called Battleborn Kids, because we're the Battleborn state. So it's like our summer day camp program, and also when schools are closed, the kids can come for the day while their parents are working. And Mayor March came out and did a superhero workout with all of the kids for a Move with the Mayor event. And then on October 5th, we held an employee event, which was a guided meditation for employees in our council chambers. And we also had our Move with the Mayor swags and logo items for employees. And then a couple of days later, we had our annual employee appreciation event called Eats and Beats. And that's on the next slide. And again, we had a Move with the Mayor tent there promoting our other upcoming events and passing out Move with the Mayor swag. And then we had another public event a couple of days later. This was our first dance hike, definitely inspired by our Move with the Mayor initiative. So it was a hike at sunset and people danced along the trail. We had an instructor. This was a free event for the community. Super fun, out of the box, and definitely I don't think we would have done this without Move with the Mayor. And even though the Move with the Mayor period ended, we have continued some additional programming. We want to keep this going year round. So a couple weeks ago, Mayor March came out to our senior center and did chair exercises with our seniors and promoted healthy living, active living, and things like that with our seniors. And then I just wanted to highlight a couple other things on our application. Every year, the city hosts a Lazy Man Triathlon, which is an employee event. And we call it Lazy Man because you have a whole month to complete the requirements of a triathlon. So for example, if it's swimming a mile, you have a whole month, so you can swim a little bit each day, just to encourage employees to be active. And then we pass out medals at the end of the month and have a little celebration. And then on the next slide here, we have fitness equity. So the question at the end of the application about reducing fitness barriers. This year, we opened up our first fitness court, which is free in one of our largest, most popular parks within the city. And we also are hosting free classes out there. And there's also an app that you can learn all the exercises. So that's something totally free for anybody to come out and get active. And then we currently are running 3 farmers markets a week throughout the city. And as a requirement for operating a farmers market, we require that at least 25% of the food vendors, like the produce vendors, accept SNAP benefits. So that's an initiative that we've built into all those agreements so that we can support access to fresh fruits and vegetables. And Danielle, do you have anything that you want to add?
Yes, sorry to be so long. We had so many fun events at the end, you guys, here in City of Henderson. And the one that I enjoyed the most was that sunset dance hike. It's actually in my backyard here at Silver Springs Recreation Center. And we had the community come and they literally just danced down. We had an instructor teaching us how to dance and singing and just having a blast. It was super fun. But I wanted to share with you, to close it off for City of Henderson, we did the swag. So some of our swag, if you can see it, we did little hearts, and we have, thank you, Jen, for getting us the logo, little, squishy stress hearts. Everybody needs those. And then this one was such a huge thing. Everybody loves these. We need them, right? These are the hand sanitizers, and our logo was City of Henderson and Move with the Mayor. So I'll tell you what, the swag is amazing. The community, they eat it up. They just absolutely love it, and so do the staff. And we're seriously excited for 2022 because we've already got some fun stuff planned. So thank you for this amazing initiative. Thank you all for sharing, and yes, excited to be a part of this. Thanks, guys.
Well, Lisa and Danielle, that's really exciting, high energy. You're doing clearly great things. Thanks for the tip on the swag. That's good to know. And now we'll transition to Carly Smitherman, who's the program administrator of the Healthy West Chicago program. Carly will tell us what she and Mayor Ruben Pineda have been leading in West Chicago.
Hello, thank you, John. So West Chicago has been a part of the Move with the Mayor campaign for 6 years now. And this last year, we took the roadmap from the previous years and used it as a guide to make some additional changes to our worksite programs and policy. So Jen asked me to really focus on that today and give you a little bit of feedback on how we incorporated some easy tips that you can find on your recommendations portion of the roadmap that you all filled out for the Move with the Mayor this year. So one thing that was really easy for us was to add signage around our city buildings to encourage people to use the stairs, to get out and walking on their breaks, and here are just 2 examples of some signs that we have put up in different locations in West Chicago. We also decided that it would be a nice addition to our pamphlets and flyers to have something that really focuses on how our community can be physically active throughout the year and where they can be physically active. So we created this little pamphlet, which you can see on the right-hand side, that shares locations around West Chicago and different websites that you can go to find locations and activities throughout the year. So it's 2-sided. One side is English and the other side is Spanish, because West Chicago is predominantly Hispanic. But these are at all of our city-owned buildings, as well as all of our partner locations, such as the library district. We have them at our gallery. We have them just all over West Chicago, and people love them because there's lots of websites that we've included on there that people aren't even aware of. One big one is that our city actually has an interactive mapping system where you can go in and find parks and trails that are in DuPage County, which a lot of people don't even know is at their fingertips, and they don't even know about a lot of these amazing, beautiful trails that we have so close to home that they can explore. So Jen, if you want to go to the next slide, we also have incorporated, you'll see on the roadmap, a section about the vending machines and healthier options. So one way that we thought we can help encourage people to choose healthier options when they are looking into the vending machine is to really incorporate the Rethink Your Drink initiative in West Chicago, which has been very successful. We even have a proclamation that we partner with the American Heart Association, where different businesses and organizations within West Chicago sign off that they are going to limit sugar sweetened beverages in their facilities. So a number of organizations and buildings within West Chicago, some are like county-based, some are just local businesses such as realtors, have signed this proclamation saying that they are going to make healthier options at the workplace. So you can see at the top there in the middle, we have these Rethink Your Drink education boards that we have created, that anyone that signs that proclamation actually gets this board and they can put it in their break rooms. We have them all over West Chicago. I believe we have over 100 of them posted in different locations. We also bring them to all fairs or any city events and put out this education. You'll see at the bottom there are water dispensers. So everyone that signed the proclamation also got these water dispensers, and we gave them a list of recipes to make water infused or fruit or veggie infused waters. So we really encourage these to be put out during meetings, and the signage to be put up around their buildings. So a lot of the signage is in break rooms or by the vending machines in the buildings. So those were the main things that we did to make some small changes with the recommendations from the National Forum last year with our roadmap. Anything else you would like for me to add, Jen?
No, you did an awesome job. It's so cool to see your implementation in action. Thank you.
Oops, helps turn the mic on. Carly, that was great. Thank you very much. So now I want to introduce Jen Childress, who I think all of you know is a senior program manager at the National Forum. Everybody who's called Jen out, thank you. You're reinforcing what I know, which is what a great partner Jen is and how fortunate we are to have her as part of the team and the lead on Move With the Mayor. Jen's going to present and then open the floor for Q&A, and spoiler alert, I think she's going to ask everyone to fill out a survey that will be sent to you. With that, Jen.
Great, thanks, John, and thanks so much, Mayor Clark, Lisa, Danielle, and Carly for presenting. It was so cool this year to see all of the great highlights and programming that went on. 26 cities hosted at least one Move with the Mayor event, physical activity related, and many of you hosted a series of events, physical activity and or heart health awareness. So in addition to the programming that you've already heard about from our amazing spotlight speakers, here are some additional examples of what cities did around the country, from hosting family-friendly bike rides to skate park events, walk and talks, 5Ks, walking meetings, forums held while riding bikes throughout neighborhoods and in between neighborhoods, to group fitness classes, pickleball tournaments, regular yoga, goat yoga, celebrating World Heart Day with screening events, and having healthy foods for World Heart Day, as well as being spotlighted in a webinar that we hosted between physical inactivity and COVID-19 risk factors. This year it was packed with fun and unique events. And we know, some cities are still, trying to program around COVID-related restrictions and bringing together hybrid events, both in person or virtual. So y'all are doing an amazing job. And what Carly and I tried to do throughout the challenge was send by every 10 days or so updates linking to the social media that you all were posting. So thanks for sharing that story and the journey. That's one of the questions we get asked the most, is what are other cities doing? So by you sharing and promoting what events are going on and sharing pictures, you're inspiring other mayors throughout the nation and other cities to be physically active. This year, we were pleased to expand our partnership with Spark America, which granted free access to cities to use a physical activity tracking platform. And this enabled us to have like a head-to-head city challenge and enabled cities to see leaderboards across the country. And you can see there was a lot of great promotion going on. In the far right, Mayor Norton of Rochester, was spurring the city on in terms of climbing up the leaderboards. We had great promo videos from Little Rock and splashes and press releases from Hanover Park and Findlay. Spark and Vionic were so generous in raffling off 2 pairs of shoes to the cities who participated in the online challenge. So we had cities who were promoting that and getting people excited to participate. And so we look forward to continuing our partnership with Spark, who's now known as People One, again in 2022. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that in a bit, but know that that's a feature we'd like to keep available for all the cities to join in, to have this free platform to use to encourage physical activity. Thank you to all the cities who completed the Step It Up Success Roadmap. We had 17 cities who submitted roadmaps and 5 who submitted last year and this year increased and leveled up in terms of the recognition achieved. And this year there were 2 golds, 5 silvers, 1 bronze, and 4 striving. So it's really exciting to see what you all are doing in your cities, both from a programming and policy perspective. And thank you for filling those out. We know that it requires teamwork and collaboration across different departments and sectors. So thank you for your time in doing that. This slide shows really quickly a high level in terms of averages by section among all the cities. The highest scoring areas that we saw were in parks and rec, creating active communities, and in schools. And from a focus point for 2022 and beyond, the areas where there's most opportunity for growth include partnerships, policy, and health assessments. So as Carly mentioned, we've sent out to cities who've completed the roadmaps your recommendation report. And so the roadmap, which includes elements from the Surgeon General's call to action from walking and walkable communities, as well as input from CDC's Division of Heart Disease and Stroke Prevention and the Division of Nutrition, Obesity, and Physical Activity, we've put together roadmap recommendation reports that have resources as well as examples and links to policies and programs that cities might find useful, just as examples to move forward. And if you have any questions on your report, or you would like to work with the National Forum in advancing your programs, policies, or partnerships, we're here to assist you in any way that we can. And we're excited to help you with that. And based upon last year's roadmap, one of the recommendations we received, because we're always open to feedback and improvement as well, was to develop a press release that cities could use about their participation in and accomplishments in the challenge. So feel free to use and adapt that we sent out to you. And if you have any questions, circle back in. So looking ahead, tomorrow we'll be sending a brief year-end survey just to get your feedback so we can continue to evolve and provide programming and resources that you need. Even though the challenge wrapped up, we provide year-round support and technical assistance. So we're here for you. We have the toolkits and resources available for you to use. And then, as I mentioned, we'll be launching the challenge with Spark America and People One. This year, we're going to move it up to be in the spring. So mid-April through May will be the friendly competition. And then this year, we also want to focus on, in addition to all the fun activities and fitness classes and 5Ks and such, focus on having the cities spotlight utilitarian physical activity, from active transportation, active jobs, for non-leisure time physical activity. And then we'll be focusing as well as linking with local health departments and community health workers. So I know that we are wrapping up at the top of the hour, so we have maybe time for one question before we close. But again, thank you all so much. It's a pleasure and a privilege to work with you, and we're excited to continue on in 2022.
Thanks, Jen. Does anybody have a question? All right, I'm not seeing or hearing one, so we are right at the top of the hour, and we want to be respectful of your time, in addition to appreciating all of your efforts. So to Mayor Clark and Lisa Tovar and Danielle Perry and Carly Smitherman and Jen, thank you so much for not only your presentations today, but importantly, your leadership in your communities every day. We're really grateful for you and what you do, and certainly for your involvement in Move with the Mayor. We look forward to working with all of you next year, and in the meantime, wish you the very best for happy holidays and a healthy, prosperous, and happy new year. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.